What does the offense need to do to be effective enough? Who are some of the keys there? I mean, you know what you're going to get with Quan to a certain extent, with Naylor and with Ramirez. If any one of those three doesn't do what you expect, now the offense is in trouble. But who needs to step up?
So it's interesting you say the thing about Quan, because I kind of felt like like Tom Hanks in Castaway screaming Wilson on an island, because last year Quan was good, but he wasn't who he was as a rookie. And I'll give you, there's a few different ways of looking at it. His strikeouts were up. His walks were not, for the first time in his major league career, he had more strikeouts than walks. His rookie year, it was reversed. And I'll give you an advanced analytics, the WRC plus, weighted runs created plus. His rookie year, he was plus 127. That's pretty darn good for a leadoff hitter that doesn't have a lot of power. For a contact guy, that's about, you're kind of in a sweet spot there. Last year, he was just over 100. 100's a league average. So it might not, you look at the straight up stats and you're like, well, he was very close to who he was a year ago. Not really. He chased a lot more balls last year. He didn't swing to his game. Early on, he's hitting like the guy he was as a rookie. And I would say the same thing about Jimenez. You know, Jimenez, the power drop last year, the plate discipline, I think he just put too much pressure on himself.
They need him in the middle of that lineup.
To me, it's those first four guys. If those guys can just stay within themselves, Jimenez, Quan, Hosey, and Naylor, and just keep fighting the good fight, I think last year you weren't going to have a lot of options, right? I mean, I know Bell was on the roster, but like, you've got guys. You know, and I'm not talking about DeLauder or Manzardo, the kids in AAA and AA. I'm talking about, like, David Fry's a hell of a contact hitter. And yeah, there's not power there, but that's a nice player. Ramon Laureano, who I think is kind of underrated at this point, he really kind of bounced back when they claimed him last year. He actually can hold down a spot. Brennan is hitting well. Bo Naylor obviously has maybe as much power as anybody in the lineup, not named Hosey. So I think you've got the options. I think how this offense has to, I think the top four have to carry them and continue doing what they're doing for the first 60 games while the other 5 spots in the lineup find themselves. And it might not even take 60 games. Like I said, Fry, I mean, every time he's up there, it's good contact. You know, Will Brennan, who I'm not the biggest believer on because he doesn't have a lot of pop, he's kind of hitting it too. So, like, I think it can shake free. I actually think we've never been more wrong about the offense. I think they'll always be one hitter away. And it's going to be a guy that can hit 50 home runs. It's going to be a Stanton. It's going to be a Judge. Okay, but you don't have that luxury unless Manzardo comes up or DeLauder comes up and becomes one of those guys. So can you piecemeal the power in aggregate? And between the Nailers and those first 3 guys in the lineup, well, okay, let's take Stephen Kwan out of there. Between Nailers, Jimenez, and Hosey, and maybe even Laureano, who's hit 20 at least at one season in his career, I think you can find yourself enough power, and then it comes, can you just stick on aggressive base running, hitting the ball, and just timely hitting. And people say that's not, oh, well, you can't build a winning team. You did. And honestly, like, it's what you should have done last year, and at some point they vacated that plan, and I think it helped sink the Titanic that was last year. I think they got away from who they were, and because, well, we can't win like that, and then you tried to be somebody else and you didn't win that way. So you might as well keep trying the thing that has worked out for you.